still got sound?
Pop it on the top. Oh, you know better than me.
Not necessarily.
Oh, this is that mic.
That's not what I wanted to do, but that's okay. I will recover.
Let me test it for Helaman.
We won't know until we get back.
Test.
We're good.
We're good? All right.
I will get out of here.
Janae, there's room right up here. Does everyone have a seat? Is somebody still looking for a seat? Everybody's good. Fantastic. Helaman, we're good on the live stream. We're good to go? All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think the live stream's ready. I think we're ready to roll. Thank you again for being here. What a wonderful crowd. We're grateful for all of you. Appreciate all that you've done for Eastern Arizona College, what you will continue to do for Eastern Arizona College. My name's Kenny Smith. I'm the interim athletic director at this time, and I welcome you all here. We'd also like to welcome Vice President Susan Wood and her spouse, Ballard Wood. Also, we have other folks from the staff of Eastern Arizona College I'd like to mention. Dean Kevin Peck, Dean Gary Sorensen, ASEAC, Patty Wren, Gina Roebuck from Advising and Counseling, Sharon Montoya from Financial Aid. I see Lori Dugan from Marketing. I see Cindy Reyes from Tutoring. I see David Udall from the Foundation, who gives us some of those scholarships. Also, Debbie Patton, I see back here too, who keeps everything up for us down at the gym. So thank you to all of you. There are also some Gila Hank board members, Bruce Warner, Jim Palmer, and Rue Matthijs. We welcome you and thank you for your support. And if I've missed anyone, I'm going to apologize first, and we'll get to you later. I personally would like to give a round of applause and a thank you to Janae Lines. Janae's pretty much the one that's held this ship together for this 6 months. So I'm very much appreciative, and all of her work that she has done, and especially tonight at the banquet. Also would like to thank Tracy Peters, who is my admin assistant, and she has been helping athletics from my side of things. If you've seen the athletic website lately and the improvements on the athletic website, that's Tracy Peters. Also, if you're watching this video, that's Tracy Peters. So thank you, Tracy. I appreciate that. While many cannot be here in person, we're thankful for those who are also joining us through live stream. We're aware that there are parents from all over, around the world, literally, on this live stream. And I would like to personally thank Chip Griffin, who has been live streaming many of your events all season. He has worked with Bruce Warner, and Helaman Giles tonight is helping us with the live stream. So thank you very much. Of course, thank you to all of the coaches and the athletes. We appreciate all that you have done. As I've been involved more closely with you this part of the year, the second semester, I always hear great comments, and it makes me feel good. Everywhere from West Plains, Missouri, the people in West Plains saying how great of citizens our volleyball team was, and I appreciate that. And then I went to Lubbock, Texas, with the women's basketball team, and it was amazing to me how many people complimented our athletes. It happens all the time. We went to Chin-Lee with basketball and with our cheer squad, and everybody was so in awe of the great citizens that we brought up. So to the athletes, and I'm sure I could find stories for all of our teams, thank you for that. We appreciate you. So the order of the evening, we're going to eat first, and then when I find out that everybody's got their plates, then we are going to get rolling here, because you can see this is going to be a little bit of time tonight, but we want to honor you. So if you don't mind, I would first, this may be the only time this happens for them, but I would like all of the coaches that will be presenting something tonight to go get your food first so that you'll be ready to present when we get started. And after that, I don't really have a good clue how to make this work. Assistant coaches should go next. I heard that. And then let's just go in the order of the program, teams by order of the program, all right? That's what we'll do. So let's get started. about trainers, if they're not already up there, tennis, golf, and cheer? Food. You can go get food. It looks like everybody has food, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the program. Feel free to continue to eat, and we understand that you need that. I was just going to mention, Chris Martin, could you stand up? Yeah. Any other basketball players that have on sunglasses, would you stand up? Oh, Chris, no, Lee, you got to put those. Don't you think their sunglass game's on point tonight? That's a pretty good deal right there. You're teaching them right. I think you deserve a hand. That's pretty good. Oh, Lori's got sunglasses going too. We got some classy folks in here tonight. We're going to go ahead and get started. We will start with our trainers, and we will follow the program as it is printed. And so, Mr. Steve Orm.
Hold that for us. All right, so Mr. Bagnell used to always tell me to slow down, take my time. One year even put me on a breath count, said I had to take so many breaths before I could be done speaking at the banquet. But then Dean Smith came in and said, we want to get this over with quick. So I gave 2 minutes to Coach Sherry, and I'm giving 3 minutes to Coach Kate for their speech. And hold on, because we're going to get through the rest of this of mine in about a minute here. So let me echo the thanks of Dean Smith to all the administration and all those who help our student athletes and make Eastern Arizona College a great place to work at and a wonderful place to have student athletes attend and come to school. I'd like to give a special thanks out to our sports medicine advisory team. They're the group of doctors that provide care for our athletes and help us see those that are injured and those that are hurt, and they're always a valuable resource to us, particularly Dr. Brad Montirith, who is our advising physician and the one who signs off on our orders of what we can do and what we can't do, the fine people at Copper Mountain Clinic, and then Dr. Bryce in Gila Valley Clinic, who's our orthopedic surgeon and really helps see our injured athletes in that. Next, I would like to recognize my coworker, Jory Gallegos. He is invaluable, the heart and soul of the athletic trainer, and our real star. Next, this semester, we had an intern from Utah Technical College up in St. George, Utah. He's been a valuable asset to us and really been an extension of Jory and I, and able to really get involved, jump right in with the athletes, and help them, particularly some of our rehab, some of our athletes coming back from surgery. He really took a charge with getting them the next step, getting them back and getting them cleared back so we can get them back on the court and back on the field playing and everything. And that's Weston Jacobson, and we're so happy he is with us this semester. So we won't make him come up here because he made me swear I wouldn't, but we have a fanny pack that we're going to present to him because we've been so happy and so proud that he's been a part of our family and came back to Eastern Arizona. Finally, I'd like to recognize my great work as student workers. They really stepped up their care for all the athletes this year and made it possible so Jory and I had a little bit more manageable of a workload. I will refer you to their names in the program so that you can see them. They're all listed there, but we've got a great group of student athletic trainers who work with us and have helped us in everything that we do. Most of them are coming back next year. I have 2 that are going to go serve church missions this year. One, Lane Smith, who already graduated, liked us so much he came back and he's going to graduate again, but he's going to go on to BYU, Idaho. He's kind of in his split semester where he was off, so he came back and worked with us. And we're glad to have him. Raven's back with us. He should graduate, but he told me today he's coming back for, it might be his 4th year. He's kind of ahead of the curve on our 4-year programs, but we love having Raven around here and having him be part of our program. And then Miley Rand's my last student. She'll be graduating this year, and she's going to be attending Utah Tech this coming fall, and we've been grateful to have them. Finally, I want to give a big thanks to our coaches and the athletes and letting them be a part of their seasons and their successes and all the things they do. We're always grateful to help and be with them. Thank you so much.
All right, so for those of you who don't know me, I'm Bobby Peters. I'm the new men's soccer coach. It's going to be a little hard to follow up with what Steve just did. I cannot speak that fast. So, first of all, I want to point off that I'm very excited to be here. I can't stress it enough. I came to this community, saw everybody who's here, was able for the entire year to watch all of our sports, see where they're at, see the type of commitment our athletes have, and then furthermore, see what type of support our athletes give each other. So in this time, I've been excited to see what we can do this following season. So that's what I've been looking forward to. I've been watching what you guys do and trying to build off that and get to the point where I'm actually in season, which I'm not right now. One thing I want to do is I want to say thank you to everybody who made this happen for me, who was able to promote me to this position and get me here today. I'm really grateful, and I do want to say that my family is very grateful as well. My kids have grown into the community. They've become part of it. My wife has started to be involved with different things around here. She's actually coaching softball for my middle daughter. She's missing that right now, so she can be here supporting all of you. And then my oldest daughter is actually involved with soccer. She's been playing since she's been really little, but she came here to Safford High School, has been playing this entire year, and she's really enjoying her time here. One thing I really want to point out for everybody is I'm very impressed with what we have for coaching staffs. In all honesty, I've been to a lot of schools and I've been to a lot of places, and not every place supports each other as well as this place does. So it's something special you guys are doing. That includes the athletes as well. You athletes are coming out here. I see you at every single game, part of the Roddy Reptiles, and just generally giving back to the other teams as well. To conclude, I'm really excited about this upcoming year. That's my time. I'm ready to be out here and be talking about my players and everything they did, but mostly I'm really excited about what you guys have done this year, and I can't wait to see all the awards you've won. So thank you very much.
Good evening. I'm Charles Long. I'm the new women's soccer coach. I've seen most of you, seen your games. I'm going to be very brief because it's about you athletes is what we're here. I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you, Kenny, and the administration for bringing me here. My wife and I, Angela, are thrilled to be part of this community. The cool thing for me is the coaches here are phenomenal. The people here are phenomenal to work for. I came from Snow. I'm thrilled to be here to see the unity of the athletes. I've never seen athletes support another team as well as all the sports here. Any sport you go to, the athletes are there. Coaches and players go support everybody. It's a great thing to be part of, and I'm proud of all the teams that have represented the school well, and proud to be part of, I'm excited to be part of something like this, and thank you.
What's that? It's fine. Okay, so we are the tennis team. We are small but mighty. We have had quite a year. These girls have overcome a lot, and I'm super, super proud of them. I couldn't be prouder. All of you know that this is our last ride, and we're going out strong. We brought home a region championship title. These girls worked really, really hard for it. Not only did we bring home the team title, but these girls brought home individual championship titles across the board. So to start off, I'm going to introduce them and then let you know the awards that they got, and then we'll go from there. So first, and I apologize, I've been told that we ran out of frames, but they're on their way, so they're just going to get papers, but the frames are coming, girls, don't worry. Sorry, I'm like nervous and shaking. Okay, so this year we had Laura Kalum, and I'm going to butcher some of their names, sorry in advance. I don't have I try like every single day at practice, they'll tell me words to say, and I just butcher them, I can't. But Laura is a sophomore. She has played at our #1 spot. This is Laura. For the last 2 years. and has crushed it. This girl is amazing on the court. This year, she not only helped us bring home the team title, she took home the championship title in singles and in the number 3 doubles, and she also got awarded the Player of the Year award. So we're super proud of her for that. Laura is from, make sure I give you the right ones here. Yeah. Laura is from France, and she has signed with Utah Tech, and will start there in the fall. Next, this girl played in our number 2 spot. She also brought home the region championship title in singles and in the number 1 doubles. Her name is Raquel Rodriguez, or as we like to call her, Porchi. She is from Portugal. Your other one's in here somewhere. I'll find it. Okay, and then next, we have Margot, and I butcher her. I try. Come say your last name in the microphone. It's her French accent is so beautiful. Come on, just tell it. Just okay. I'm gonna butcher it. It's Abisher, but if you hear her say it, it's like in the back of the throat, and it's beautiful. And I can't do it. I sound like I'm trying to hawk a loogie. But she's too shy and won't do it. Anyway. She played in our number 3 spot. She is a freshman this year. Oh, sorry, I forgot to mention, Porchi is also a freshman, and she signed with Louisiana Christian State University. So I was really worried about getting these freshmen placed, but they're just phenomenal students and phenomenal athletes, and these schools just couldn't pass them up. They're just that great. So back to Margot. Margot played in our number 3 spot. She also took home the region championship in singles and in our number 1 doubles. She signed with Colorado State Pueblo, and we'll start there in the fall. And last but not least, we have Hannah Myler. She is a sophomore. This is her 2nd year with us. She played in our number 4 spot. Hannah had to come in clutch because she played most of the season in our 6th spot, and then we had some stuff happen, and we had to bump her up to the 4 and take her to regionals, and I just threw her out there and was like, you gotta come through, like, we're relying on you. And she did. She crushed it. She fought so hard, and she brought home, not only did she help us with our team championship title, but she also brought home a championship title in singles and in doubles. Hannah is an entrepreneur. She is a businesswoman. So she is opening, she's gonna be her own branch manager, is that right? She got hired to be a branch manager over a business in Peoria, and they're opening up a storefront for her and everything that she's gonna be running. So she is just embarking on her career, and I'm super proud of her. So I just want to say really quick how proud I am of these girls. One thing that has always been super important to me is I expect honesty, trust, and integrity out of my players. And if I can get those 3 things, then we can overcome anything. And at the end of the day, if you live and play with those 3 things, then it usually results in wins too, just because it comes with hard work. And these 4 girls have been the epitome of those things. And I'm super proud of them, and I can't wait to watch them crush it in their futures. So.
Good evening. 2 things I love and hate: jumping out of planes and giving talks. It's a love-hate relationship, but I do it because they're both exciting after you get done. First and foremost, thank you, everybody. Thank you to you athletes. This night's about you. Coaches, what you've done with your team has been phenomenal up until this point, from women's volleyball to men's baseball. It has been an absolutely pleasure to watch every team this year. I'd like to introduce my golf team. When I took over this program, I had one player. I don't know why he stayed. He stayed, and I talked to him, and he trusted in me and trusted in the program and the vision I wanted to do. So I want to start with our sophomore, Andre Alvarez, if he could stand up. I'm not going to bring them up. I'm just going to have them stand up there. Corbin King. Corbin. Tevin Robertson. Pablo Cervantes. Nicholas Monsalve. Hada. And Tanner Peary. Gentlemen, it has been a fun ride. We have one more. When I talk about you guys, I get emotional because you guys came here on trust and belief of where this program is going. I absolutely love you guys. You guys have made this journey an absolutely dream for me. Thank you. Again, thank you.
Coach Mikhail Layton's not able to attend tonight and asked me to recognize our cheer squad. Cheer squad, could you kind of come this direction and stand up here so everybody can take a look and appreciate you. These folks were rowdy, and they were bringing a lot of excitement to our activities this year, and very appreciative. If you went to volleyball games this year, these folks were in the stands. They were leading chants and cheers, and they're the ones that also got all of our athletes going, and they just did a wonderful job, volleyball and basketball, and I'm very appreciative of all of their work and their willingness to get out in front and get the temperature up in the gym for us. So I very much appreciate that. You can give him a hand. Yep. Coach Layton asked me to make a couple of recognitions, which I would like to do at this time. First of all, she said that she wanted to make sure everyone knew about their competition. They went to one competition this year, a competitive cheer competition in California, I believe, and came back with a second place trophy. Also, Coach Layton would like to recognize a couple of sophomores that were on the squad for 2 years, and I'd like to recognize them right now, Leah Rickert and Brianna Rodriguez. Thank you, cheers.
You guys better cheer. Just, oh wait, I don't have my glasses. These are old lady glasses. So we're shooting for history tonight because apparently I have a reputation for speaking really, really long and going way over time. So I'm going to try really hard to fit it into my window. Yeah, miss. I am going to have my team come up here and stand simply because they look so pretty, but I also want to make them really uncomfortable, so I like to do that. So it's funny because they're totally comfortable on the court, but you bring them up here and with everyone looking at them while they're just standing there. Like, it's so awkward, and I love it. So I'm going to read through real fast. If you guys will come stand up here when I read your name. Ashley and Aubrey Sherwood, the twins from Pima. These two are freshmen, but they won't be with us next year because they'll be going on missions. Mia Thompson from Syracuse High School, Utah. Liv Lunt from Thatcher. Quincy Camard from Mesa High School, Mesa. Emma Orton, Ironwood Ridge High School in Oro Valley. Briley Murray, St. David. Kylie Dodge, Thatcher. Steliana from Bulgaria. And Macy Anway from Page High School, Tennessee. These are our freshmen. They contributed so much to us this year, and we look forward to, what they can bring to us next year. I really am counting on them to continue with what we started. Sophomores, Kyra Kroll from Bridger High School, Montana. Carly Hawes from Round Valley High School. Tasala Moyave from Wailua High School. Kaya Baker from Germany. And we have 4 that are not with us, but they're with us watching. Love you guys. Kara Smith, she's in Utah, getting into school up there. Brooklyn Engel, who's attending BYU. And Larson Anderson and Caden Osborne, both from Alaska. They are at the University of Alaska, Anchorage. They transferred there at break to play volleyball. So that's where they are. You guys can just real quick about the sophomores, really quick. I am not going to cry. Coach Conrad, thank you for taking over that role. Where are you at? Thank you for taking over that role. Obviously, these two have been just such a huge commitment, and they've just contributed so much to our program. The ones that have moved on, obviously, they're not here, but they just were such a huge part in our success. Tasala actually is going to be moving with Hannah from tennis and continuing her schooling. And Carly Hawes was accepted into our nursing program, so she's going to stick around and do that. Kyra Kroll is going into zoology at Weber State. And the Kaya, we're trying to wrap up where she's going. There's a bunch of schools that are after her, so we're trying to wrap that up. But there are a few girls that were recognized for their performance and what they contributed to not just our team, but our conference and our region. And so, actually before that, we did, so that they had, somehow we missed the awards assembly a couple weeks ago. They do give an award called the Wayne McGrath Award for the highest GPA for the female athletes. And there were, I believe, 4 girls that kind of tied for it with 4.0s, and 2 of those were mine. And those were Kiera Smith and Brookie Engel, they're not here, but we have to recognize that. They both were 4.0s. I think our team average right now is somewhere between 3.8, 3.9 on a whole. So that's something that's super, super important, especially to some of you here that's like a big deal. So back to our athletic awards. We'll start with Caden Osborne, who is not here. She was recognized for her efforts by receiving second team all-conference and first team all-region. Okay. She's watching, so you guys can cheer. And then we have Liv Lunt, freshman, all-conference honorable mention, and first team all-region. And last, we have Kaya Baker with first team all-region, second team all-conference, and second team all-American. So you guys can sit down real fast. Real fast. You guys can sit down too. When my girls showed up this year, I knew we obviously had a ton of size and talent, but sometimes it's hard to kind of get, especially girls, to get a bunch of girls together to buy into the whole being a good teammate thing, even if, you know, you're trying to compete, but still be good teammates and love each other and family and all that stuff. But I knew we had something special. We were really tested the first few trips of our season with our bus drivers. And we were stuck at places because our bus driver couldn't drive above their hours, and we would have to sit and wait for 4 or 5 hours. And one time we hit a flash flood and had to turn around and drive all the way back to Yuma, and we were there 10 minutes prior to the start of the game. That happened like 3 times. And, you know, we won. It was not a big, they weren't even bothered. They literally were not even bothered. And so I knew that was a test to kind of like our grit and like what we have. And that's definitely a favorite quality of this team. If you watched us, we were super exciting. We were athletic. We were cute. We were energetic. I feel like we were such that we were really comfortable playing from behind. Like I feel like we played better and it would come back to win. Like we were way more comfortable. But I never doubted with them. They just fought. We had so many fans on the road that would come up to us and just say, "Oh my gosh, your team is so fun to watch." But even more so, those that are on the sidelines with their energy and their crazy enthusiasm and support of each other. It was just fun to hear. But if you watched us, you saw that and you felt the energy, and it was awesome. We wrapped up the season. Had to go play Arizona Western for the region championship, swept them, killed them in 3. They didn't know what hit them. Then we drove to Texas and did the same thing to Hill College, and that allowed us the golden ticket to go to the national tournament. So I am very proud of my girls. They worked so hard with very little complaint. I can take complaining. I can handle that to a degree. Very little complaint. Didn't matter what we were doing, time frame, whatever. They were always up for the challenge, and they're so fun to be around because they're good people, which is even more important, I feel like, than just being good volleyball players. So I'm glad to see that they were rewarded, for that accomplishment in life. But thank you for working hard in the weight room, in practice, in the classroom, for all the silly service projects that we make you guys do. I appreciate it. I appreciate the effort. I'm so grateful to be part of your story. But before wrapping it up really quick, I do want to thank my assistant coaches, Keone Bailado, Randy Estrada, and Jessica Thompson, for all they do. Obviously, they do all the little things that are expected of assistant coaches, but I will measure them up against anybody, and mine hands down win every day, for sure. But they are good coaches, and a lot of times assistant coaches aren't good coaches. They are good coaches and can actually give instruction, and never once do I feel like I'm ever uncomfortable leaving the players in their hands, ever at all. So I'm so grateful for them. They make it a fun place to be, for us to want to be around. The girls love them, and I think it's just a good part of our makeup and why we were so successful. But in closing, I want to congratulate all of you. It was such a great year sports-wise. It was awesome. Everyone has been doing so well. Special shout out to women's sports, I have to say it. Have to say it. But I do appreciate the fellow coaches and all the support. It's so awesome to have you guys sit in the stands and sit in my office and chit-chat about it. But all of you athletes that show up to our games, like, it's incredible to see that. Nobody has that. No one has it, and it's super, super special. I hope you guys embrace that and continue that, and I thank you. That was fast.
Good evening. I'm John Chalmers, the head baseball coach, and with me is my associate head coach, Lawrence Chavez. I'm going to introduce our freshman student athletes. I'm going to ask fellows that you just rise where you're seated. Please hold your applause until I've introduced the full group, and then we can recognize them. Right-handed pitcher from Sawadita, Diego Alvarez. Infielder from Tucson, Brady Black. Outfielder from the Houston area, Terry Burrell. Pitcher from Chandler, Christian Garcia. Catcher from Sawadita Walden Grove High School, Kobe Gaines. Second baseman from a great program north of Austin, Round Rock, Trey Garza. Left-handed pitcher, switching first baseman from El Paso, Zion Hankins. Left-handed pitcher from Casa Grande, Jacob Marshall. Catcher from Otay Ranch, south of San Diego, Octavio Mendaville. Left-handed pitcher from Paradise Valley, Aaron Powell. Infielder, outfielder from Aztec, New Mexico, Ryan Ray. Right-handed pitcher from the Big Island of Hawaii, Jonah Reish. Left-handed pitcher from Coolidge, Arizona, Valentin Rodriguez. Right-handed closer from Tucson, Eduardo Lalo Torres. Left-hander from Rancho Buena Vista in California, Juan Verduzco is at home right now. He's recovering a rehab program from Tommy John. He will be stronger when he comes back. Outfielder from Mesa plays all positions, Jonas Rogers. Our freshman on the class of 23 baseball program. Thank you, guys. Sophomores, if you would come up and stand to my left so I can introduce you and say some things about each of you, please. Coach Chavez will help me in the process by handing out some recognition items for our sophomore group. Guys, if you would just step forward when I speak about you and let the group have a chance to meet you. Shortstop from Sawadita, Devin Alvarez. Devin is Diego's older brother. The Alvarezes know how to play the game. They're baseball smart, they compete, and they're under control all the time. Devin was a Position Player of the Week winner in our conference. He will be attending the University of Arts and Science in Oklahoma, great program. Austin Grimm, right-hitting catcher from Buena High School in Sierra Vista, came here as a catch-throw guy and developed the ability to get a hit in a big game for us. He's still in the process of deciding where he will be attending school. Right-handed pitcher from Santa Teresa, New Mexico, Braden Gluth. Braden, 3 times Pitcher of the Week in the Arizona Community College Athletic Conference. He will be attending Creighton University, a member of the Big East. They're actually first in the Big East standings right now. He will do a lot of flying the next 2 years playing baseball, and he'll be involved in that rigorous Jesuit academic discipline at Creighton University. Congratulations, Braden. Junior Lopez from the Santan Valley area, Poston Butte High School. Junior has committed to the University of South Carolina Upstate. They're a member of the Big South. Like all Southern baseball conferences, they are good. Junior will have his hands full playing baseball in that location. Got to play hard. Got to play hard. Kyle Perales is not with us today. He's already doing interviews on the road. He's from Hidalgo, Texas. Did a nice job for us in a dual capacity, right-handed closer. Big guy, either left field or first base, swinging the bat. Jacob Platt has been with us 2 years. He's making a decision on where he's going to go. He lost playing time this season because of a traditional baseball injury, hamate bone. It's been cut out. He's good to go. He will help somebody this coming year for sure. Julius Ryan from El Paso played the corners for us. I thought he was the best defensive first baseman in the conference until he moved to third base, and then I thought, oh, gee, he's the best third baseman in the conference. He was also a winner of a Position Player Award. He plays the game correctly and came to us with a great skill set, and we did not mess him up at all. Braden Schiss from Utah, our 4th rotation guy. All my rotation guys took the ball 12 times and went out, and that was a big help to our staff. It really was. Fortunately for Braden, he really threw well his last 2 outings. That's how you want to finish the year. Had a great 7-inning outing last Saturday against Pima. when we messed up their trip to Thatcher. He also was the Elvin Goodman Award winner for the highest male GPA in our athletic department. Gustavo Soto, where's Gustavo? Not here this evening. Oh, good grief. I'm kidding you. Gustavo is from Ciudad Juarez. He came here a small athlete, and he has gotten bigger and stronger, and he generates more bat speed. He was a catch-throw guy, and now he's an offensive guy. Worked himself up to the 2 spot in the order, and really, really plays the game correctly. It's an incredible advantage to go across the line and play as a young person because you play, as Coach and I both did, against men, and it helps you develop as an athlete, and that certainly worked to Gustavo's benefit. He will be catching next year for Benedictine University in Mesa. Isaac Silva from Onate High School in Las Cruces. Isaac, a right-handed pitcher. Isaac can throw. Isaac is in the process of making decisions. He is being courted from far parts of the country. Big arm, throws a slider that moves, but he knows how to compete. Doesn't get flustered, maintains demeanor, just does a really nice job. All our rotation guys did, and he was right there. Khalil Walker, baseball player from northern Texas, kind of the Fort Worth area. Can swing it a little bit, can run a little bit, can throw a little bit, really does things well. He's committed to the University of New Mexico, a Mountain West program. He's going to love Albuquerque. I wish I could swing at 5,300 feet. He's going to love it. Albuquerque fans are going to love watching him swing it. He is absolutely the real deal. Tyler Waitulka from Nucla, Colorado. Tyler came to us as a left-handed pitcher who we thought might be able to help us a little bit at first base, and he just swung it really, really well, forced himself into the middle of the order, did a nice job defensively at first base, and gave us some pop that we didn't really count on initially. Tyler's got offers, and he's in the process of making his decisions. Conference and region awards. Once again, Khalil Walker, first team all-conference, second team all-region. He's done this before. The coaches remember him. Braden Gluth, second team all-conference, second team all-region. Outstanding starter, just an absolutely outstanding starter. 4 shutouts, multiple complete games. Our fourth rotation guy was Diego Alvarez. All of them went out and just threw lights out. They gave us a chance to win every single time we played. And they helped our staff so that our younger ball players could come out of the pen and have shorter outings. Very effective pitching. Our team is asked by us as coaches to select ball players that they respect. We like to grant an MVP award and a Mr. Hustle award, which I think are self-explanatory. Our club this year voted our most valuable player award to Braden Gluth. And our Mr. Hustle award was a tie between Octavio Mendeville and Zion Hankins, so they both win the award. A couple of comments about the baseball year. We won more games this year than an Eastern Arizona team has won in 12 years. We won more conference games than an Eastern Arizona team has won in 12 years. We beat 5 Division I opponents who were ranked in the top 20 on the day we beat them. We shut out Central Arizona in their ballpark 2 Saturdays ago when they were ranked number 3 in the nation, and they're the defending national champions, and they ran their number 1 out. They got a left-hander down there that they like, He'll be a third or fourth round pick. He's going to get lots and lots of money. He was undefeated when we rolled in. He's now 9-1, thanks to our efforts. He probably will be an All-American. You can pretty well bet the ranch that he will be. But he's going to have a loss given to him by the Gila Monsters. And our guys can remember that forever. I followed Coach Bagnall with the baseball program after having worked with him for over 2 decades. And if there's anything I learned from Jim, it was that the key is to bring in good young men who will go to class, who will respond to positive coaching, who will focus on getting an associate's degree in 2 years and conduct themselves appropriately, and respond to coaching what helps them enhance their baseball skills. And when that package is followed on an annual basis, I believe the end result is young men who graduate and who continue to have the opportunity to play baseball and use their baseball skills as a way to help them complete their first or their second portion of the 4-year degree. And this group fits that definition. Everybody's graduating. Everybody has offers to go play. I couldn't be more excited for them. I completed a project just a couple of days ago to try and help Tracy with some neat things that she's doing, one of which is a filing of a moving on monsters part of all the athletic home pages. So I went back over the past 27 years. I know I'm going to have some guys call me because I'm almost certain I didn't remember everybody. But I found that we sent a little over 110 ball players onto the 4-year level in a quarter century, and 55 of those young men went to Division I programs. We've played the game hard, we've played the game appropriately, and we've made every effort to represent Eastern Arizona College in the way that I think Eastern Arizona College should be represented. I'm particularly grateful to Lawrence, who has been with me for 5 years. He's just like me, except I'm taller and I'm quicker. But we're both baseball guys, and we're both part-time employees, but we work full-time because that's what it takes to put a college program together when you've got 35 people in the fall and 28 in the spring. So I very much appreciate he and Ivana for allowing Lawrence to do what he does. Young man who assists us during the spring at game time, Justin Eccles, always a proud supporter of us, and I appreciate him as well. And I want to say a few words about my wife, Pat. She's a baseball girl. First place I took her in our courting process was to a baseball game. And probably that will be the last place we go as well. We used to have a great set of stands behind home plate, and you could see her sitting every inning of every game at the top of the stands. If it was 42 degrees and the wind was blowing 35, and that happens sometimes, she'd grab another blanket and wrap it around her. She'd have a clipboard. She'd have one of my guns. She would be charting velocity differentials, and she would be making notes. Hey, John, 14 did not get the sacrifice down. What's with 23? I know he missed a hit and run. So the critiques when I would get home were fun. They were enjoyable. They're a big part of my coaching experience. She has health issues that's kept her from being with us for the last 3 or 4 years, but she's watching, and I appreciate her. I appreciate all of you.
As they're kind of coming up here to the stands for us, I've always like to introduce the girls because half the time you don't recognize them on this night as you do each day there at softball practice. But while they're coming, some people at my table I absolutely have to thank. Jennifer Skinner's in her counseling department. She's in her testing. Her and Candace Lyons have single-handedly made sure that softball, both right now, incoming, outgoing, and freshmen for next year are already taken care of. So we're already registered and ready to move on with that. So Jen, thank you so much. Thanks to Candace as well. Dr. Nan Pennington is with us. She's with our program as well as with most of your programs. I'm sure you see her, a lot of you kids. I'm sure you've taken, good advantage of Dr. Pennington and the services she offers. She's huge in our softball family. And Dr. Pennington, thank you so much for being here. The young man back there, he's kind of like a brother to me, Mike Skinner. He coached with us for 12, 13 years. He works our grounds out at the softball field. Mike Skinner's been with us for a whole lot of years. Bobby Hammond is not here. He's coached with me probably 15, 16 years, but he's 80 years old. He doesn't want to deal with all this, but Bobby, I know you're watching. I know he's not. He's not going to do any streaming. Donnaline, it's been 20 years out there. My goodness, a whole lot of softball games. Thank you very much for all the impromptu dinners you had to put on. Sure do appreciate that. And then my best friend, probably of all time. If you want her to answer, don't call her Alexis, but Changa Aguirre, my best friend and assistant coach for the last 8 years. All right. We'll roll through some of this pretty quick, and I'm going to have to go down the list because, honestly, my glasses are what they are. But Nohea Kana, sophomore from Hawaii, put a little paw up, who just about broke her nose up at Yavapai, but after breaking her ankle, it's Glendale, but she's up and running, so the training there is really questionable, but we'll take her anyway. Maya Andreas, she's from Hawaii. She's graced tonight by her brother. Help me out, Myers. Micah, yes, her brother Micah, who plays baseball, William Jessup, and Pops. Papa is here with us. He's been to a lot of our games. Thank you so much for coming this evening. Junior, where's Madison Chavez? Sophomore from Las Cruces. She's criminal justice student of the year, also one of those 4.0 students Sherry was talking about. Savannah Clausen, sophomore from Colorado. Last year's female athlete of the year. She's all conference, all region last year. And I said from Colorado, I'm sure. Mariah Cunningham, where's Yaya? Yaya, if I'm trying to hold her up at second, just get out of her way. She's coming to third. She's leading the conference and, in the state of Arizona, and nation in triples and stolen bases. Cheyenne Cunningham, sister. Cheyenne and I, we have to talk when she leaves here. She and I are so much alike, you would think we were the sisters. Cheyenne's also from Buena High School here in Arizona, plays second base for us. Aubrey Gabarik? Hey, okay, I'm going to go with first names now. Aubrey, she's from Colorado. She was hanging around, not doing anything. I recruited her and her sister a couple years back to try to get them to come, and she's a sophomore. Aubrey, where are you looking at going? Where's that school at? It's in Florida. Okay, somewhere in Florida. She's chasing. It's a very expensive school, so she's really going to appreciate the fact that she was here for a year. Alexandra Genti. Alex, center fielder for us. She's from Colorado. Tracks the ball very well, by the way. Thank you, Alex, for being one of our freshmen. Braylon, where are you? Where's Braylon? Braylon's a little bit nervous, but she made a diving play up the middle against Yavapai that any big leaguer would have been proud of, by far. Anna Losa Lolongi. Losa's from softball royalty, comes from a great family. I've known a lot of her family for a lot of years, but Losa, she went yard just the other day, and she swings a big bat for us. Jaylene Manch, she's from Las Cruces, pitcher from Las Cruces for us, sophomore as well. Cassidy, where's Cassidy Morrow? Cassidy's by far one of the best first basemen we've ever had here. She just knows how to stick it. But she's sophomore from Tucson. She's also a soccer goalie and a golfer, if anybody's looking for any players. Emma Roach. Emma, I about cut Emma after her finish last year. This is no doubt. This year she's come back. She's got the oatmeal from out between her ears and having one of the best years that I would ever expect her to have. Lauren Salcido. Lauren's from Las Cruces, New Mexico, pitcher for us. She slept on the bus, pinched a nerve in her back, and has been down for a few days. She threw a bullpen the other day, so she'll be up and running by Saturday. Angelina Santiago. Mucci. There she is. Mucci's from West Park, Florida. West Park, Florida, freshman outfielder for us. Ashton Shue, one of my friends and family from here in Safford. Ashton's just so strong. She's one of those people who can throw the ball from the fence, but it usually goes over the backstop. But we're working with her a little bit. But she's still got heat on it when it gets there. Jaylene Tomlinson, we call her JT. She knows it. Her hand's up. She's in the black dress by the one in the red and the green. JT's came in as a third baseman catcher for us from West Park, Florida as well. Charlotte Velasquez. Charlotte, catcher for us, second year. Charlotte, good softball sense. Charlotte has, she and I as well, we could be related. We get along very well. Bianca Valverde. Yes, and first thing I said to her mom, she's awfully small, but but she knows that. But Bianca's an outfielder for us from Deming, New Mexico. And Krista Zagala. Krista's a second-year pitcher for us from California as well. That is your 2023 women's softball team. Thank you, girls. Go sit down. Thank you. We don't have much to talk about, but I did make some notes coming up here. When you say, and Maya is also one of those 4.0 students Sherry alluded to, but as I went through a roster, I found there's probably 15 other 4.0 students in the athletic department that missed recognition. So I'm going to make it my mission to make sure you guys get notified, okay? When you're talking about moving on, and Tracy, just an amazing woman, has done a fantastic job with the website. And when she asked for stuff and information about kids moving on, she didn't know it. I had information back from 1990 when I started here. So Tracy got a whole bunch of pages, and I've been keeping it, Tracy, so I have a whole bunch more to give you. So whenever you're ready, we can fill in your inbox. That's my friends, that's my family, that's my kids. We're still playing. I could tell you where they're going, or you can read our Facebook page. Our kids are playing well. We have to win 2 games on Saturday versus Central Arizona College in order to host the regional tournament. And if we don't win 2 games, then we go to Central Arizona College as a number 2 seed, and we play up there. It's been a great year. It's been a lot of fun. I'm going to think better about that. Thank you so much. Our dugouts are absolutely beautiful. If you haven't seen the purple outside, it's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for all the support. I do want to say the women's softball team and the baseball team were very much in support of helping the cheerleaders with all that pride and emotion they showed in the fall sports. So thank you guys for that.
Well, first I want to start off that say just thanks to the administration and Coach Kenny, for really supporting us and elevating our athletic programs. We're all going in a totally different direction, so it's very fun to see. So thank you. Thanks for the support. We got to go to Chinle. It's a very unique game. Going up there, our young men got to go up and play in a high major arena, great atmosphere, very unique setting. I know Kenny had a big part of doing that. It was a memorable thing that they probably won't ever forget. So thank you guys for doing that for us. So now it's the women's turn, to go do that. I want to thank my wife Liz that's here. She's definitely been a team mom this year. She takes care of these guys when they need it, and to feed them, spoils them for their birthdays. Like, we got one more today, so we'll do that after this and whatnot. So I also want to thank Janae for helping me out, if I forget things, kind of keep me on track with paperwork and whatnot. And then and Deb back there, keeping the gym ready to go when we hit the floor there at 11 every day. So thank you very much for doing all those things for us. And then all of you athletes coming to our games, it's a big deal. When we go play, nobody comes to the games. And you guys get under the skins of basically every coach in our conference and the other teams. So thank you for that. It's a big deal. So Where's Coach Chris? So stand up. So I want to thank Coach Chris for embracing being part of EA here, taking a role with the other assistants to have their rowdy reptiles and really embracing the culture of college that sometimes you do not get at a junior college, that we have that feel of a four-year school here. And I know Chris and the other assistants have done a big job with that. So thank you for that. And then thank you for being such a loyal assistant to me and to EA and to these young men, and being a big brother and show them a way as a mentor, as a man. Thank you for that. You know, I know they rely on you because, you know, I'm a dad mode now, so you're the go-between. So thank you for that and being there for them. So you guys, I'm going to say your names, where you're from. You can stand up, okay? So first we have Reese Barrett from Perth, Australia. So, and then we have Anton Banquet from the island of Vanuatu. Then we have Jerry Boston from Seattle, Washington. We have Roy Bunn from Portland, Oregon. We have Jamari Childs from Seattle, Washington. We have Cookie Machar from Adelaide, Australia. So we have Dallin Morgan from Salem, Oregon. We have Noah Goley from Tualatin, Oregon. We have Lee Rickwood Pitt from Bustleton, Australia. We have DeRay Seamster from Portland, Oregon. We have Rayshawn Seamster from Portland, Oregon. We have Theo Sang from Davis, California. Trey Thompson from Pima, Arizona, but he's with his wife right now supporting her at a volleyball. So we have Rylan Van Komen from Lehigh, Utah. And we have J.J. White from Phoenix, Arizona. So with these young men, first I want to thank you guys for believing in me and the school. You know, I came over, you know, hadn't coached men's basketball for a while, hadn't been a head coach. You guys believed in what I had to say to come in here, because when I took the job, there was going to be no players. So you guys believed in here. So thank you for that. And we had a great year, I thought. You guys really believed in each other. I really felt there was a brotherhood. And you guys had each other's back, thick or thin. You know, I could feel it. So it made a very memorable journey for me, and hopefully the school and whatnot. You know, you guys did great things. We won 21 games. We played no prep schools or anything like that were counting games. That had not been done since 2008, so it's been a little while on that. Right now, we were 7th in the nation in offensive rebounding, 14th overall in rebounding. That's a big deal. In 3 other categories, we were in the top 30 in the country. That's out of basically 300 NJCA teams. So you guys set the path of and the culture of the men's basketball program. So you guys should pat yourselves on the back on that one. So I just want to thank you guys for that. So I have a few awards here. Can we have Theo Sang come on up? So Theo is he actually leaves tomorrow. He's gonna go home for a couple weeks, and then he has to report to Troy University. It's a Division I school in Troy, Alabama that plays in the Sun Belt Conference. If you all have ESPN Plus, you can see him on TV next year, whatnot. So he was first team all conference, first team all region, and if we had an award, he'd be newcomer of the year, but we do not have that in our conference. So basically all the conference coaches were, where did you find this guy? Because he put a lot of fear in a lot of people in our conference. So thanks for coming for the 1 year. So you got 2 of them. So we got a few other awards to come up, but can I have the other sophomores stand up? So I'll start with, again, they're here 1 year because some of these transfers, whatnot. So I want to thank you for coming that 1 year. Jerry is graduating, and he's going to figure out where he's going. So he has a few options of schools back in the Northwest area. But he's a great shooter. You know, I threw him in there when I could. He was a great asset to the program, and I wish I saw the athleticism I see now on the floor. I know he had some injuries and whatnot, but thank you for everything. Okay? And then we have J.J. White. He's trying to decide. He has several Division II schools, whatnot, trying to figure out where he's going to go play. But he's going to graduate here and walk. So I know they'll make his parents very happy on that one. So thank you for transferring from Central to be a monster. So, and then Ryland Van Komen, as these guys say, Ryland never turned it off all the time, worked hard constantly. He transferred to us from Clackamas Community College. It was great that we went to the Navajo Nation because he can speak Navajo, so that was very helpful because that's where he served his mission. He's going to go to BYU, and he's actually changing sports, and he'll be playing football there for them. So very unique. So last, got more awards. We have Rayshawn Seamster. Go on up. So Ray will be back next year, but he was second team all-conference, first team all-region. He was first team all-defensive team. He was the only freshman, only guard to be that. Everybody else was a post. And then he was also conference freshman of the year. So he's got a stack of papers here. So thank you guys for everything and all the support that we have moving forward. So thank you.
Hello, everybody. I'm so happy to be here, even more excited to give you this speech. Okay? First, I would like to introduce my team. Please stand up. Tiara Bolden, a sophomore. Mia Carter. Morelia. Cassidy Dixon. Inez Larson. Olivia Lunt, appreciate you, Olivia. Samantha Madri. Amaranth Maxwell. Addison Malone. Sky Miller. Shalance Montoya. Yes, Kalia. Aubrey Pace. Elena Powhite. Rihanna Richardson, Victoria Santana, Grace Sorensen, and Ebba Zalaman. At this time, I would like to congratulate Sky Miller for being first team all-conference, first team all-regional, and second team all-American. Next is Cassidy Dixon, first team all-conference, second team all-regional, and co-defensive player of the year. Proud of you. Next is Victoria Santana, second team all-regional, third team all-conference. Next is Samantha Madri with an excellent 4.0 GPA. She was excellent this year. Congrats, Tim. Love you, kid. So this is Christopher Corona. He's my assistant coach. thank you for everything that you did for us this year. Appreciate you. Okay? As everybody knows, this year was my first year as the head coach. And I remember like it was yesterday, our first open gym. And we looked crazy. I was like, Chris, I don't know what I'm going to do. We don't look okay. And he said, we got this, coach. And then we started our conditioning at 6 a.m. And then we ran a lot for 2 months. And then we started our practice, our workouts. And the girls play hard every single day. They played together, they had fun, and that was amazing, be a part of that. We started our season 21-0, something that was never done by women's basketball at Eastern Arizona College. And I take pride on that. That was special for us. We won our conference, our regional, finished the season 29-2. We made it to nationals. That was an amazing experience for my girls. You know, they played so hard. They competed every single day. You know, I was a little bit crazy on them. I was hard on them, but it was all out of love. I hope you guys understand that. You know, and I was so proud of them. And that was an amazing year. Okay? And a thing that makes this place so special is the people that I work with. People like Sherry, you know. This year, I have some tough days this year because it was my first year as the head coach. I was nervous before games. I was excited. Some days I went to cry. She was a mentor for me. She was there for me. She hugged me. She laughed with me. And I appreciate you. Okay? And next, it was Conrad, our golf coach. After every single game, he texts me, Coach, you're amazing. Coach, I'm proud of you. In days that I didn't feel amazing, that I was not proud of myself, you made it special for me, and I appreciate it. Okay? Janae, before I started being a coach, I never knew about the paperwork. So it was 20% about basketball, 80% about paperwork. So she was there for me every single day, and I appreciate you, Janae. And then was Coach K. I remember it was our last game. I said, Coach K, what do I have to do to have people to watch our game? We need some people to come. And she said, sis, you don't worry about that. You will worry about winning the game. And let me tell you guys, that place was lit. That was amazing. That was so amazing. That was popping. Patty, I appreciate it. And it made it so special for me, my staff, and my players. And I will forever be grateful for you, Coach K. Janae, Patty, JP, Gina, Kenny, you guys are all part of my journey. I'm forever going to be grateful for this, okay? Last but not least, my sophomores, go out and be great. I'm proud of you guys. You guys are part of my journey, a part of my life. And I wish I could have you guys for 5 more years. But I can't, right? Unfortunately. But like, I'll forever be grateful for this year as my first year as the head coach. Everybody that had impact with me, that was with me every single day. That was not easy, but we did it. And you guys, sophomores, you're monsters for life. I appreciate everybody.
Coach Jelly is so shy. It's unbelievable. I need to make a couple of recognitions before I allow you to go. Thank you all, first of all. What great coaches we have. Let's give them a hand. Just fantastic. Esports is considered an emerging sport in the NJCAA. They're not here tonight, but they focused on having students participate in intramural level of the NJCAA play. There were 2 team members on this year's team that made it to nationals for intramurals for our esports, and we're looking forward to more great things from them. The 22-23 year has been remarkable for athletics all across the board. Heard how remarkable it has been. We have had a lot of changes in coaching. Coach Turner alluded to, he was women's basketball last year, and he's men's basketball this year. We've had Coach DePaulo, who was an assistant. She's had a journey. We're lucky to have her. We've had a remarkable year from all of you, and I'm very appreciative. Our volleyball, our women's basketball, tennis, and golf all will compete or have competed at the national tournament level. And yet to happen, softball's going to be there. Come Saturday. We need you. Athletic staff's gone through some changes. We had Mr. Mike DeLeo retired after 150 years at Eastern Arizona College. In January, Coach Bagnall retired. And we have been lucky to have those kinds of people around the program. Mr. Paul Demuth will start as the athletic director on June 16th and is very much looking forward to this opportunity to meet and be with you. In addition, there's changes going on. So look to the future. Look for new scoreboards. Look for a full turf soccer field. Look for locker rooms for all sports. And it's a very exciting time to be at Eastern Arizona College. I have two more recognitions tonight. First, I would like to recognize Coach Brooke Bingham for her outstanding work as our tennis coach. For the last few years, she's done a wonderful job. Although we'll not have tennis next year, Coach Bingham and her team have been magnificent ambassadors for Eastern Arizona College. Under her direction, the tennis team has won numerous conference and regional championships. Her teams have competed at the nationals level annually and represented Eastern Arizona College in a wonderful way. Brooke, would you come up and receive this token of our appreciation? They're headed to nationals next week, tomorrow. Hope you got your reconciliation stuff in and your requests. And just a joke, just a joke. One other recognition I'd like to make is Coach John Chalmers, who has been here at Eastern Arizona College for a very long time. I'm going to say some number of years that I think he's been here. And I might be wrong, Coach, so forgive me, but I have down 36 years. He's going to be retiring in May. This May, many of you may not know that early on we had baseball at Eastern Arizona College, and we didn't have baseball at Eastern Arizona College. And largely due to his efforts, we have baseball again at Eastern Arizona College. He was the guy that, carried the torch and said, we need this. And we'd like to thank him for his devoted service to EAC, specifically to EAC baseball. Coach Chalmers, I found something in Coach Bagnall's office that I'm going to will to you. This has many baseballs in it, signed by members of baseball teams from long ago and from just a few years ago. And that now is going to be at Coach Chalmers. And also would like to give you another token of our appreciation from Eastern Arizona College. If you come up. Last thing I promise that is going to happen. Did I forget? Oh. See, I told you Janae was in charge. The last thing we're going to do is the coaches, the head coaches get together, and they nominate players from their team for male and female athlete of the year. And then the group talks about them, and they vote. Head coaches vote on the male or female athlete of the year. Head coaches cannot vote for their own player. They nominate them, but they can't vote for them, which I think is cool, because then you're really getting a true feel for how the coaches see the athletes, and they watch all of you athletes. They know who you are, and they're very appreciative. I'd like to first start with the female athlete of the year. Our recipient leads the ACC in the number of strikeouts. She is 25th in the nation in ERA. She is 10th in the nation in the number of strikeouts overall. Her coaches and teammates describe her as humble, respectful, and a steel trap. I don't know exactly what that means, but you might be able to talk to them. She throws with emotion, but does not show it, and is an impact player. Although it's unusual, this pitcher has offered to pitch 2 games if she needed to. Just do whatever it took so she could assist her team to be successful. The 22-23 Female Athlete of the Year, Jaylene Mancha. The Male Athlete of the Year is a 2-time first team, all conference, first team, all region recipient. He has also been nominated by the region coaches as their pick, that's the whole region that we play in, for the National Golden Glove Award for center fielders. He is considered by the conference and region coaches as, and this is in quotes, the toughest out in the conference because of his superior bat control. The work he has put into his craft as a baseball player is only overshadowed by his character as a wonderful ambassador of what a EAC student athlete should be. He could be found this year supporting our volleyball team, basketball teams, and softball teams, along with very vocal friends and baseball players and softball players at all of our events. Ask him about the Arizona Western basketball game where he and his teammates helped us win because of their enthusiastic and hilarious antics on the sideline. The referee came by. I was sitting down on that end. The referee came by and said, "Those guys are funny, but they cannot come on the court." I said, I got you. And their ringleader was our Male Athlete of the Year, that the coaches say he's just a great kid, Khalil Walker. You can already tell what it's like at a big game with these guys over here. I want to thank all of you. Thank you for coming tonight. Thank you for your talent. Thank you for sharing those talents with us at Eastern Arizona College. So, in closing, I just say, go Monsters.